Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Good morning, it's 9:15 at the minute and I thought I'd actually sit down and do a whip of the week, even though I've probably missed about 1,000,001 of these. I did put on my community tab that there would be noise in any video that I did. It shouldn't be too bad today because it's plastering being done. But yeah, it's coming together slowly but surely. I'm hoping that I'll be able to put a few clips together of the progress. It is a mess downstairs. It's a mess. The kitchen, I've got half a kitchen, but I'll go into that anyway. I did take a picture with my camera that I'm using and then I put it onto my PC and tried my best to edit it. If anyone knows any good ways of doing that with free applications, because I just use Paint. I use my Filmora editing software that I edit my YouTube videos to make it a little bit lighter so the line out wasn't as dark. Let's turn that down a bit. I've got a bit of background noise because I'm sick to death of hearing the builders. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so I did it on Filmora and then I saved the image, like screenshotted it and then put it over to Paint and then printed it off there, lightened it up even more and printed it off there because you could actually see the outline of the colouring page, the actual book. So it was difficult to do, but I've gone for this Cyrex one and I printed it out on mixed media Tantone paper, and as you can tell I even got the format wrong, but I won't doing it again. I think I wasted one piece of this paper, one piece of white paper trying to figure this out. I'm just using Prismacolor. I did that last night. I think I'm just going to use pencil for this because it is a smaller illustration. I might even use a little bit of alcohol marker to base it, especially the flames, and then go over the top with a bit of pencil. Brain. So a lot's been happening in the past couple of months. The major ones being the hospital visits, the emergency vet visits, yeah, and the housework, really. So I'll start off with what happened. I can't really remember the first time because she's been into the hospital now twice last month and it's all a bit of a blur, to be honest with you, but she ended up going in because she had breathing problems. I don't know if I spoke about this on my channel before, but we ended up taking her to the GP and they give us this inhaler to try. Bear in mind they didn't show us how to use it, they just said give her 10 puffs and that was it. So we was just 10 times, not really understanding how to work it. We do know now how to do it, somebody actually showed us. So yeah, we took her to the GP and then a week later we ended up ringing, this was over the weekend, the emergency, the 111 number to get advice. And they advised us to see a GP, so we got an emergency appointment over the weekend, which was, funnily enough, at the hospital. We took her there, she was treated with another course of antibiotics, which basically didn't work. So a couple of days later we was actually physically in the hospital with her. And yeah, she's got suspected asthma. She can't do the specific test for asthma because she can't breathe down the tube, but everything that we're doing is clearly helping because she's not struggling to breathe now. The first time we went to the hospital we stopped overnight once, and then the second time we ended up going back, we was there for the weekend. And she thought it was a bloody holiday. I hated it. There was this lovely young girl, she must have only been 15, 16, something like that. And I'm not quite sure what was the matter. Excuse me. And obviously you don't ask, and she was there on her own and I was talking to her about Twilight, and I think I mentioned about Game of Thrones, funnily enough, and she was telling me about the books that she likes to read and whatnot. I ended up on the last day when we went to come home, I asked Danny to go through my diamond paintings because I'm not really doing it anymore. and I give her a diamond painting. I did mention to her, I said, oh, have you tried them before, because I saw her doing a puzzle. And she said, yeah, but I know what they are, but I've never tried it. So yeah, I give her one. It made me happy seeing her happy to have it, which was sweet. So I hope she enjoyed that. So we came home from the hospital. We had the nurses for 10 days, like in case there was any emergencies again with her, with her breathing issues as well. And then we was basically put on a weaning progress, which was every 4 hours 10 puffs, and then it'd go down to every 6 hours 8 puffs. So we was basically doing that for 10 days solid. I mean, to the point getting up in the middle of the night, going down, give her her inhaler, otherwise she would have been struggling to breathe when she woke up. But touch wood, touch all the wood, we seem to have cracked it. She just has the brown inhaler, 2 puffs of that in the morning, and then 2 at night before bed, and then the blue one as and when needed. And she's not had to have that now in over a week, I want to say. So yeah, she's doing well. She's back at school as well. She went back to school this week. She was off for half term, and then she was off for a couple of days before that anyway, with all these issues that she was having. But I don't think I'm not sure if she's going to school on Tuesday next week, because the bus people have decided to let me know that the lady that's on there that helps look after the children, she can't do the morning shift. So unless my husband can take her to school, she won't be going, because they can drop her back off, they just can't pick her up. And I don't know if any of you are aware, I don't drive, which I'm seriously considering trying to do driving lessons again. I did it in a manual. I know what I'm doing. It was my legs, my knees that were just stopping me. My brain was saying, only put it down a little bit, and it wouldn't. I'd go steaming forward, and then in the opposite way around, I want to go faster, and I'd go really slow. I can't control my knee, it starts jittering. So I do need to try in an automatic. My husband drives an automatic, and he said he'd never go back to driving a manual again. So I really need to, because we're hopefully at the end of this year, start of next year, getting a mobility car, which will make life so much easier. Now, with this not being a tutorial or anything, I'm colouring it the way that I would colour it if I was on my own, but I'm not. Yeah, I went and got my nails redone, the infill. This is that poly gel stuff. It's not acrylic, and this is my actual nail length. I can't believe it. I seriously can't believe it. There's no acrylic on there at all. I keep doing a dodgy fake tan. That's when I'm rushing at night time and I just want to get into bed. I don't like not having fake tan on though, because my makeup doesn't look right. I don't wear makeup every single day. I've got on today just like a tinted moisturiser. It's not warm by any means, but when the temperature goes up, I don't like wearing makeup. It makes me feel like I'm wearing a mask almost. So yeah, that was the things to do with Isabel. Obviously there's loads more ins and outs. She was basically on loads of different antibiotics for like a couple of months, and then we finally cracked it with the inhalers. We're still having murders though, trying to get hold of a purple spacer. I've looked on Amazon as well, because I thought, sod it, I'm not keep going to different pharmacies, I'll just buy one. And I can't get hold of the purple one. The yellow, yeah, it's yellow one's too small, and then we've got this big see-through one. I can't remember what it's called, there's a specific name, that one's too big. So it's the purple one we need. I feel really thirsty today. That's my second pint of cordial, and I've had a glass of orange. But I was naughty this morning and made a bacon butter. Thought, why not, because it's Friday. So we'll get on to my beloved dog. If you've not seen a picture of her, I'll add a picture in here somewhere. It'll either be a picture or a little video, but if you've been subscribed to me for a little while, you would have seen her in like my vlogs, because I used to do vlogs. I would like to get back into that, you know. It's just plucking up the courage to talk to the camera the other way around, because even this now feels a little bit weird because I've not properly filmed a chatty video in a little while. But I just feel like the background noise, I mean, it might not bother some people, but it bothers me when I'm editing. So this isn't the first time that I've tried to do a whip of the week. This is actually the third time. The other two, I did start editing them and I just deleted them. And it was a proper, like, I did a get ready with me in the morning, like just getting ready for the day, and then sitting down at my desk and then chatting. I think I had about 40 minutes or so, or 45 minutes footage, and I just weren't happy with it, so I deleted it. It happens sometimes. So yeah, we started to notice she weren't coughing. She was, again, it looked like she was struggling to breathe, and we were putting down, oh, also I did forget to mention that this asthma, she was always going to have asthma, Isabel, but the dust and the work that's going on in the house has made it come on quicker, the doctor said. So that's what we put down, this problem with the dog. You know, the dust in the house, or she's been walking around and she's picked it up. Chihuahuas are known to clean themselves like cats, so they'll lick the paws and then use the paws to clean their face. I don't know of any other dog that does that, but Chihuahuas definitely do. So I thought maybe she'd picked something up on her paws, or she'd actually physically picked up a piece of rubble or whatever. Because when you see the state of downstairs, and I even had my mother-in-law around yesterday, and she took me to the vets with Rolo. And then when we got back, the builders had gone, so we had the clean up to do, and she saw how bad it is. You mop, and within minutes of it drying, it looks just as filthy, dirty, dusty, clear as before you even mopped. I obviously still have to do it, but it's just continuous. So yeah, I thought that it was down to that, so we ended up taking her to the emergency vets. My mother-in-law took me, it was 2 weeks ago now, on a Saturday evening, so it was like 7-8 o'clock, yeah, because Isabel was just going to bed. Danny was sorting her out. So we went to the vets, and she said that she's got slight pneumonia that could have been caused because of the dust in the house, but they were more concerned with the fact that she's got a really bad heart murmur. So they told me that it goes from a 1 to a 6, the heart murmur, 6 being the worst. And she's got a 5 on her left side, and a 4 on her left side, and a 5 on her right side of her heart. And it's to do with the valves in her heart not opening and shutting properly, so blood's getting in where it shouldn't be. Yeah, it's the start of the vet's words, heart failure. So you can imagine what I was like. I thought I was just going in because she's ate a little bit of rubble or something like that, or she's breathed in a bit of dust. And no, got told that she's at the start of heart failure. I mean, she is 10 now, but you don't want to think of your dog as being old, do you? Especially what happened with my last one. That was really, it was a big shock, that what happened to Eva. So they said that they want to keep her in. They want to keep her. She wasn't insured. My fault completely. I never insured her. So yeah, it wasn't it wasn't cheap. So they wanted to keep her in to give her an X-ray to check all of her organs, and then once they'd done, yeah, so they took her off me. I had to agree to all that and sign the paperwork, so they took her off me. I was a mess. I came home that night and I was just a mess. I cried all night. Then I rung up the vets. I think it was a 24-hour thing. I rung up the vets, I think at 11, and then they rung us around 12, and then I tried again in the middle of the night, and I couldn't get hold of the vet that was dealing with her. So then I ran back at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they said they're just doing the handover, someone had ring me back, and then I think it was by about 8 o'clock. Somebody rang me. She said that she's responding well to the heart medication. She's still not eating though. She weren't eating, and she's actually trying to nip at the nurses. So she must have been feeling better, because Rollo is not a nippy dog. She's very nervous of strangers but she's not a nipper. She'll bark at you. She doesn't bark at any of us. She's, you know, she could go with us. Like, she'll bark at the builders when they come in, and then she'll be quiet for the rest of the day, as long as she understands they're here. I say the fact that she was nipping, she must have felt better. So they agreed to let me discharge. They did want to keep her in another night, but they agreed to let me take her home as long as I was 100% keeping an eye on her. So I picked her up on the Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. Oh, she was a mess. She was a mess. She was so scared. So scared, and I mean shaking. All the little arm, it's still shaved, all the little arm shaved where they put the cannula in and stuff. Is that what they call it, cannula? Yeah, so we brought her home, we've kept an eye on her. She's still not been eating great. Tried her with all her favourite foods, still not eating great. But Evie did this. As Evie got older, she got really, really fussy. So we took her back to the vets yesterday. And they said that she's responding really, really well to the heart medication. That's not a concern now. You know, we've still got to keep an eye on things. But she's an older dog. That's what happens. But they said, did I know that she's actually got kneecaps that have been dislocating? And I just looked at the vet dumbfounded. What? She said, yeah, she's got the groove. And I said, is it a patella? And she said, yeah. She said, the groove of your kneecap like that, and then your kneecap goes through it. It's meant to be smooth. And it's too smooth that it pops out. And I know this because I've got this condition in both of my knees. So it is really strange that my dog has got the same thing wrong with her knees as me. So we've started her on doggy painkillers. She's on them twice a day, as well as her heart medication twice a day. She's on anti-sickness medication. I can't remember if that's once or twice. No, it's once. I've got to give her out at 3 o'clock today because they give it her yesterday at 3. Yeah, so I've got to give it her at 3. And they're just giving her the anti-sickness just to see if it'll settle her tummy a little bit to get her to eat. Now, I brought her home last night. The initial consultation, I think, was like 120. And then we got charged 300 and something for the overnight stay, the x-rays. And then yesterday's cost me, I think it was 137 or 147. So we brought her home yesterday. And both me and Danny said she's been a little bit like Eva. She's getting older, she's getting a bit fussy. Lo and behold, I sit on the floor and feed her this dog food, which is probably one of the most expensive dog foods that you can get. And I sat on the floor hand feeding her, and she ate it all. She ate it all. But the vet did recommend like scrambled egg, rice, chicken, and I made her some scrambled eggs before I came up here to film. And I sat on the floor. She wouldn't eat it out of a bowl, but if Mummy hand fed it her, she ate it all. So the vets will be happy to hear that when I go back on Thursday. They just want to check up on her. They've moved from the dining room now. I think they're in the front room. I think they're skimming the front room. Yeah, so I've got go back on Thursday. She had as well yesterday her womb and everything checked. They give her a scan, and that's looking good, which I'm really, really happy about. At least one good thing. Well, obviously the heart medication working. I was panicking about that. But yeah, she's doing alright. She's sat at the side of me now. I've got her crate upstairs at the side of me. Because when it comes to the point where there's loads of builders in the house, I have to keep her upstairs with me. And if I have to go out, I have to shut the gate, obviously. I don't want her going downstairs and escaping. But yeah, you can just tell that she's getting older. She runs upstairs still, like chasing after me when I'm coming up to my art room. And she's panting. She can't breathe by the time that she gets to the top of the stairs. So we started carrying her now. Carry her up and down the stairs. We do let her on the bed as well when we're watching TV. So I lift her up onto the bed, lift her up onto the couch, lift her back down. There'll be occasions where she'll jump down because I'm not quick enough. But yeah, I'm just trying to limit really how much she's doing. She just wants to sleep all day now. It's a shame. She doesn't seem uncomfortable, and she's still dead loving towards me. Like, she'll cuddle into me and stuff, and she loves nighttime getting into bed when I'm watching, at the moment, Lost. And she'll sit with me. But yeah, I'm hoping just a couple more years we've got out of her. Fingers crossed. In other news, my son did his last English college. I won't say what he does in college, or did in college, in case he doesn't want me to. But yeah, he did his last exam on Wednesday. That's him. Finished, hopefully. As long as he gets the results for uni, that'll be him starting university in September. He doesn't want to go moving there, which is fine. But hopefully he'll make some good friends the first year, and then maybe the second year he can go and move out there, because I think he needs the life experience. I really do. I'm going to blend all this in a minute. When I did this side yesterday, I actually blended it before I did the black. Because I'm chatting away, I didn't think. If you're curious as well, this playlist is from the channel The Relaxed Movement. It's copyright free music. Yeah, they're definitely in front room. So this is where I feel self-conscious, because they can definitely hear me. So let's get this side done. I don't think I'm going to bother doing any paint or anything on this. I've not done acrylic paint though in ages, and because this is proper mixed media paper, it would be nice to use a bit of acrylic paint. Cheese watercolour paper's just gone on sale, apparently 40% off Cass Art website. I've just seen the email come through. So if you're running low on watercolour paper, I did. Oh, if you did see the Paul Rubens watercolour palette that I did recently, the unboxing, I did email them and ask them about that paper, and they do that paper, that glittery watercolour paper, but not to be shipped here. They sent me the link, and then I went over and had a look, and it changed my Amazon to Amazon US, I think. And I tried to change it back to UK, and it said this item does not ship here. So I need to email them back and say, is there any possible way that I can get my hands on that paper? You know, I'll purchase it with my own money. But I would like it. But with the cost of what's been going on with the dog and other things breaking down, the car needing sorting, we have to be careful with what I am spending money on in a minute. Isabel desperately needs a bugger. Desperately needs a bugger. That wheelchair of hers is so heavy. When I'm out on my own, it was all last week when I was on my own with her when she was off. I dread going out, even just taking her for a little walk, because it's that flipping heavy. It's like a back killer. And then if you add any shopping bags, oh. Yeah, we really need to look out for a buggy. I'm looking on all the second-hand websites. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that yellow thing, orange. Yeah, because it's ridiculous buying them brand new. The stupid money that they want. So I'll just get a second-hand one. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't even care if it's like a boy's colour one. So look how effective that is on the tan tone paper. I'm gonna go and quickly have a nosy and see where they are, because I'm sure they're in the front room. I went down, made myself a cup of coffee in my Pokemon coat, but you can't see. It's all the Eevee evolutions. Danny bought me that for Christmas. Just to have a nosy what they were up to, and yeah, he's in the front room, because we had to have a wall put up between the living room and dining room. It was all one. He's just plastering that now, skimming it, or whatever they call it. They're nice lads. I had the same lad here all week. He was on his own Monday because his brother was too hungover. And then his dad came and helped him on Tuesday. And then his brother's actually been here for the rest of the week then. But he was doing nothing but complaining about it. But yeah, they've done a good job. Like I said, they're nice lads. Gone down and made him a brew. But we're meant to be, the weather doesn't look great, to be honest. We've found It was open years and years and years ago, and I mean years ago. Even my mother-in-law used to go there, and then my dad used to go to this pub as well, apparently, years and years ago. Yeah, we found it's on the canal, so it takes us about 25 minutes to walk up there. It's like right in the centre of the local town that I live in. And yeah, it's on the canal, and we've been in there 3 times now, I think. Once for food, which the food was absolutely delicious, but there was a table at the side of us, and they got a free glass of wine, they got a refund, they even made the woman who was like the owner write on a piece of paper about giving them a free meal when they came back. This lady that got all this for free ate 3/4 of her meal and then said she didn't like it, and because it's only just reopened again, they were nervous about getting a bad review. It's people like that put businesses like that out, because it's perfect for us, and a lot of people do really like it. There's only like 2 or 3 steps dotted randomly around, so we can get the wheelchair around really easily. We can take her outside to sit next to the canal, have a drink. The staff in there are really nice. Like I said, the food is really nice. We went there last weekend. Was it the one before? It might have been the one before. I think we got there about 5:45, and we only left about 9 o'clock, which is unheard of for us, because we can't get babysitters anymore. So we took Isabel with us, and yep, she was happy as Larry, snacking on her food, her iPad in front of her. She was playing with the staff, she was just nosing, being a good girl. And me and my husband had drinks of cider and the food, and yeah, we had a good time. So yeah, we was planning on going this weekend, but not for mains. They've got like a separate menu of starters and small dishes, so we was just gonna go and try like a portion of chicken wings, or I wanted to try the prawn cocktail and have a drink and just have a walk down the canal. Just looking at it there, it's looking very like dark clouds. I'm gonna have to check my weather app, it changes all the time, doesn't it? I checked yesterday and it said, oh, it's going to be sunny all day today, and I've just been out downstairs, like I said, to make them a brie, and just gone outside. I wanted to have a look at my veg. My carrots are coming through brilliantly. I can't wait for October to harvest them. And it's cold out there, so maybe not tonight. Danny's only home late as well. Like I said, we're having issues with the car, so he's having to take it to the garage when he finishes work. He normally finishes early on a Friday, which is amazing for me because he can help me, but not today. But with having Lewis here, I'm going to ask him really nicely, can he walk up to McDonald's and run back home with it for Isabel for a tea? I'm sure he will do. That's one thing he doesn't get cheaper. He works at McDonald's, he gets everything else cheaper. He even gets like anything that's new, that new comes on the menu, he gets it free as a full meal. But Happy Meals don't get cheaper. So I'll ask him really nicely, Lewis, can you please go down there for your sister? Yeah, so I think I mentioned it before, I've been watching Lost. A lot of Lost. I've actually nearly finished it. I think I'm halfway through the last season, so I should be able to get that finished by the middle of next week, and then I'm going to start House of the Dragon again to prep my memory for when the new one comes out, because oh my god, when I did that flip through I felt terrible that I couldn't remember any of, well, hardly any of the characters. Scott, one of my subscribers, he's lovely. He'd let me know that it's Viserys, and now that I say it, and then I had the name of the other dragon on my tongue last night. I was thinking about it. Is it Meleys? The female dragon from it's the Queen That Never Was. I'm sure it's Meleys. Oh, my phone's going out on right and centre. I'm gonna have to check that in a minute. It's my husband. I know what it probably is. It's my mother-in-law's birthday on Monday, and we're trying to sort out we've sorted a present out, but we're trying to sort out a nice card for her. So I think that's it. I am going to have to message him back. So I completely got sidetracked then. I had a little phone call. This is another thing that I'm trying to limit myself with. My e-cigarette. I'm trying to get better at it. I've been reading again. I really enjoy reading. It seems like I go through phases where like I'm fixated on Lost at the minute, and then when I finish that I'll either find a new book or a new TV programme to watch. But I'm 3/4 of the way through yet again I've read it, the Chris Watts. It's called The Perfect Father, I think. Yeah, The Perfect Father. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through it again, and I get fixated. I read everything that I can. I'm watching documentaries, I'm watching films, just trying to understand why a person would do that. I'd love to talk more about that. I'm not going to talk about it now, but if you do want, because true crime and stuff, I find it so interesting, and how people can think that they can get away with things, and the things that people do. I find it dead interesting, and yeah, I'd love to talk about it more. If anybody is interested, do you watch true crime or listen to audio books about true crime or anything like that? Who's your favourite true crime YouTuber? I can't remember her name. I used to really like, I still watch her, Eleanor Neal, but there's another person that I watch now. Let me find the name. Danielle Kirster. She's becoming one of my fast favourites for true crime, and That Chapter, I think it's called. That Chapter. So I'll just put them on in the background while I'm doing what I'm doing. I've done this a bit cockeyed. I should have left it lighter here. So I'll have to be only a tiny bit darker around the bottom. But with it being Friday today, I normally on a Friday have like not a deep clean, but a good clean of every single room in the house, ready for the weekend, so it's nice and fresh when my husband gets home, and you know, so he doesn't have to worry about cleaning over the weekend. So I've done this room, I've done the bedroom, the spare rooms don't need doing. I need to do the bathroom, the downstairs bathroom, and then there's no point me cleaning downstairs just yet until the builders have done. I'll have to wait until they've done it, but yes, I've got a little helper. My son has been warned. If he's not doing extra hours at McDonald's working and he's finished at college now, he can help at home. So he'll be on mopping duties, mopping and hoovering when they've gone. I'm hoping that they've gone, to be honest, by about 1:30. And then I've got the afternoon of no noise. No noise before the chaos starts again when Isabel gets home. She's turned into such a little character over the past couple of months. It's amazing actually how much she's coming on. Mobility wise, you know, she's not any different, but her communication has got a lot better, and our understanding, I think, of the things that she wants and needs is getting better, so it's getting a little bit easier to communicate in the ways that we communicate. We understand certain words that she says. Let's say family members or friends that don't see her all that often, they don't know what she's saying, but we do. And we've started giving her a choice now of things to wear, and she seems to be really happy having a choice and having a choice of what to eat. And because before it was really difficult, Isabel, which one do you want? And she wouldn't pick, she wouldn't point anything, but she's getting a lot better at doing that. Which is small things, isn't it? You know what she started calling my mother-in-law? I think she's called it now 3 times. Once being when she was at the hospital and my mother-in-law came to visit. She calls her cup of tea. Cup of tea. Because whenever my mother-in-law Lyndon is round, she has a cup of tea, and she'll sit there next to Isabel, like reading her books or playing with her toys, and go, Nanny wants a cup of tea. And I think she's just picked it up. So she can say that, even though she's only said it a couple of times. Yet she can't say mummy, mum, or even Debbie, nothing. And she says dada. So I'm still keeping my fingers crossed up. Maybe one of these days she'll say mummy. I can't believe how effective it is on Tantone paper. Every single time I use any sort of Tantone paper, it amazes me. And then I don't use it for ages because I forget. So I think this will be pretty good when it's finished. I do think I'm going to use acrylic paint as well as alcohol markers. Just chuck everything at this. With it being mixed media, why not? I feel really guilty of wasting a page of it, and it's not cheap, this stuff. But what's everybody else been colouring? I recently did a Kirby page. I've already shared that on my Instagram in case you want a little look. Or if I remember, I'll be able to put a picture here somewhere. But yeah, that definitely took me out of my comfort zone, that one. But I really enjoyed doing it. I did actually start filming the process of that. And then I thought it's boring, this. It was too repetitive. So yeah, another deleted video. I have all the intentions in the world to do all these different videos, and then if they don't turn out, they don't turn out. I wish my motivation would come back a little bit. I think because of everything that's been going on, I think in my head in the evenings when I used to film, because sometimes in the day I can't with the noise that's going on here, and I'm needed downstairs as well. And then the stuff with going on with the dog, I have to keep a close eye now. It comes to the evenings and I just want to have a shower, put my pyjamas on, my dressing gown, put my heated thing on my back, sit here and either watch Lost in colour or listen to a true crime and not talk to anybody. Not talk to anybody or try and be entertaining or even think about really what I'm doing. When that's when I used to be really most active in the mornings, which is 10:30 now because I've been on the phone and I've been downstairs and this, that and the other. So I'm normally active early morning and then later on in the evening once she's in bed. But yeah, recently I'm just like, I can't be bothered. But I know I should be doing. I should be earning some pennies, especially towards the dog and towards the buggy. I do feel guilty, to be honest. But it is what it is. Oh, I've missed a bit there. Let's go back with the darker red. I'm wondering if I've got a shiny red watercolour paint that I could go over the top, you know, to add some accents here and there on the flames. No, that's one that I'm not going to film because it's going to be completely winged. It's going to be layers and layers and layers and just see how it turns out and see where I'm happy. But what will be cool about this, because it's on this paper, adding the white will really stand out. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We'll get this all done first, then the dragon, and then we'll leave that till last. But I'm hoping the weather does pick up a little bit. If not, it's going to be cooking again tonight. I had my mother-in-law actually round last night for food. Cooked everybody lasagna, garlic bread and a salad. I didn't like it. Everybody else did. And the night before the boys had curry, because I don't like it. I promise you I'm not fussy. So I don't know what I'm doing for food later. Maybe a jacket potato. A good old British jacket potato with cheese and beans. So I think I'll just finish this little portion off here. I won't be able to edit this video because I do want to show you downstairs what the state of it is like. And then my husband's been taking videos and more pictures than videos, but I've got a couple of videos of the process and I'm going to put all them together at the end when the work's done and show everyone the progress. And I seriously can't wait to see it myself, to be honest. It'll be really interesting because obviously we've lived through it. Even Dana, like, he's living through it, but he's at work all day and then he's coming home and the house is livable. I'm here all day listening to the banging and then answering the questions and going through this, that and the other, and then doing the massive clean up at the end of the day in a rush before Isabel gets home. And he's like, oh well, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. One of these days I'll not do the clean up and then see his face when he walks in. I'll say, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I want to add a little bit of yellow back. Oh, I've got my garden back though, that's one thing. Well, most of it. Because of all the rubble and rubbish that was put in the back garden, half my grass has died. But we've decided we're going to dig it up anyway because I want more, what's the word, bedding area. So I'm not too worried. So that's a job when they've gone. Because I can't do that on my own. I cannot do digging to save my life. I do need help with it. There's a couple of big bushes as well at the back that need taking out and I cannot do that. But yeah, we got a lovely water fountain, a solar powered water fountain at the weekend. It was on a really, really good offer at a garden centre, and I mean a really good offer. And then I got some reduced plants as well. They're really nice. This really small Acer, I think it was on like $4.50 with 20% off. Slowly but surely I'll have a nice garden eventually. But my lettuce and my carrots are doing amazing. I can actually probably pick some of them lettuce and have them with dinner today. I did rocket last year and they were really, really nice, but not this year. So from this angle I'm currently stood in the kitchen. This was the dining room. That's the new extension that was built, so this will be all new kitchen up to about there, and then enough room for a sofa just at the bottom there. This is our old kitchen. I've got half a kitchen left. This was all boarded off at one point, so we had no natural light in here. So this new door and new window is actually Isabel's bedroom door and window. And we walk around here, I know it looks atrocious. This is as clean as I can get it without going over the top. But this wall here will be knocked through and that's her current bedroom, but then will be her wet room. So this is a pretty big size room for her bedroom, and this is going to last her forever for when she becomes an adult. So if I just stand back here, you'll have the track house going from here all the way down there and then all the way across into the other room over the bath. So all this has been built. This is her new ramp. It all needs a good clean. There's no point in us going over the top with it just yet. You can get an idea there. Really nice slope. I just created this seating area. Just wash my Crocs after doing all that mopping up so they can go there in the sun. Just created this nice area for me and Dana. Cushions are inside of the house at the minute. That was the fountain I was talking about. Pots, there's on my veg. And this is, I'm gonna have to come back. I have to come back. That's the extension. It's pretty big. It's took up a good portion of the garden. But we did have that conservatory before, so we don't really feel like we've lost much garden. And if I just walk through here, all the doors are open because everything's just drying. I come in here, so this will be where the couch is. Some sort of cabinet with a TV on the wall. Skylights, which I'm chuffed about, and that'll be the main, like, look through. That's the front window there with the front couch. So it's that couch there that's going here. So I'm not too sure what's going on Monday, but Tuesday this floor in here is all being ripped up. So I'm sort of like, why do I clean it? But it is Friday, and obviously we're here for the weekend. I don't want all this muck going to the rest of my house and upstairs. So I've tried my best to clean it. You can see bits of plastic. I can't get up. And this is a no dog zone. There she is. There she is. Yeah, a no dog zone. Yep, so even though the main extension's nearly done, and then we'll have the kitchen probably in 2 or 3 weeks. 4 to 4 weeks it'll probably be finished. There's still so much to do in this room, but it'll be a lot easier. It's just a case of pulling everything down. Or you should have heard them and seen them putting this in. That's steel. There's a piece there, and then there's a piece in the new extension as well. You should have heard them. And then all holes everywhere. So if you stand in this room at night time, you can hear my son in his bedroom, or you could before they boarded it all up. This 2 days ago was like that, and you can just see it drying there. So that's the colour difference, and that's ready to be painted, he said. But yeah, back to, is it future me? Yeah, future me, because I'll be editing this video. And the plaster's just left, so this is what we're left with now. That's the plastering. So this wall was created to make this its own individual room. I've had to make a makeshift dog gate so the dog can't get in there, because I don't want to get in even more sick. I'm going to leave it a couple of minutes, but I've just mopped. That's all the plastering done. And I'll have to go around the back of the house because I don't want to walk this back through the house to show you. Yeah, it's currently all drying. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. I will see you in my next video. Well, technically, I'll speak to you again today, but this will be the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. And let me know in the description, the comments, sorry, what I said about the true crime talk. Would you be interested in listening to me talk about it? I might not be able to do that because I'd ramble and get confused, but still nonetheless it might be fun. It might be fun to listen to and do a little bit of research maybe. Anyway, I will see you in my next video. Bye.